In this installment, we move from Nashville, Tennessee to Hot Springs, Arkansas, home of several natural hot springs for which the city is named. Join us as we visit some of the original bathhouses in the city and take in some of the other sites in the area. This is Cloud9 RV Park, which is situated approximately 10 miles east of Hot Springs. As you may have noticed, the drive up is a bit long and quite steep, but we made it up just fine. It's a pretty small park with quite a few permanent residents. The lady who runs the park is super nice and lives right at the entrance, so she is almost always available. It has virtually no amenities and isn't really close to anything, but we definitely found it enjoyable. Bathhouse Row is a collection of bathhouses, associated buildings, and gardens, which saw their peak of popularity in the early 1900s. They are all now part of the Hot Springs National Park, but a couple are still in business and others have been repurposed. The Fortis Bathhouse, for example, has been restored as a museum and is, in my opinion, the coolest thing to see in Hot Springs. pools collect water where one of the springs comes up to the ground level. The water is too hot to keep your hand in for more than a few seconds. Nope, that was video. Come back. Up the hill from the pools is the Grand Promenade, where visitors would take the air between bathhouse treatments. It affords views of the buildings across from the bathhouses. Hot Springs Mountain Tower is an observation tower in Hot Springs National Park. It is open to visitors and the top has 2 observation decks. The upper deck is open air and the lower deck is an enclosed historical exhibit. Both provide 360-degree views of the surrounding areas. Crater of Diamond State Park is located approximately 60 miles southwest of Hot Springs in Murfreesboro and is one of the only places in the world where the public can search for real diamonds in their original volcanic source. It's basically a mineral-rich field that they've plowed rows into where you go and collect the dirt. There are many different potential minerals you can gather from the field, as you can see here. You start by collecting dirt with the shovel and bucket provided, and then you bring it over to these large water troughs and you use the provided sifting frames to separate the good stuff from the dirt. After that, you can spend however much time you want picking through the sifted bits to see if there's anything in there worth keeping. We found a few nice rocks, but nothing of real value. Garvin Woodland Gardens is a 210-acre botanical garden and woodland garden located approximately 6 miles from Hot Springs National Park. It sits on a woodland peninsula on Lake Hamilton. In 1956, Verna Cook Garvin, a daughter of the original site owner, began developing the site as a garden. Over the next 40 years, she planted thousands of specimens. She was intimately familiar with the site and personally chose each new plant and selected its location. Upon her death in 1993, Mrs. Garvin left the property to the Department of Landscape Architecture of the University of Arkansas.